Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 elect men out here teaching this word in truth and sincerity. All right. I want to give a shalom to all the Aquath out there listening and learning too. All right. This is the brother Shaquata Moth coming back at you with another lesson through the Spirit. All right, prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, and this is a video going in on the coronavirus once again, man, and how bad it's getting out here. All right, you can see in the thumbnail it says "Stop the Spread." Well, according to the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, it won't be no stopping nothing out here. All these plagues and these viruses and uh all the destruction is gonna come on this place swiftly, man. All right. In Habakkuk chapter 2, what it says it's not gonna tear. That means it's not gonna stop. All right. It's gonna keep coming, and we praying on the downfall of this place, man. All right. We complaining to the Spirit day and night to destroy you damn devils, okay? And so we can usher in our kingdom. All right. Yasharallah. All right. Uh, I want to get into this video with this devil. Okay, he making this news report like some kind of way he's gonna be rescued out of this. All right, they trying to keep up they positive spirits. All right, and to them, man, this is a show on circles. Like I've said in previous videos, man, they don't really believe that that this country is falling. All right, they just doing this for news and ratings, man. All right, he all dressed up, got his damn obelisk shirt on with his obelisk on it. All right, with them punk ass glasses and that damn smirk behind his face, man. He don't know that the Most High is about to rip him another ass, man. All right. Uh, excuse my French, man, but these devils, man, they just make me hot with all this news reporting and complaining like they're owed some kind of rescue. You see what I'm saying? These upper higher elites, they don't give a damn about y'all, man. All right, and they gonna be in their bunkers. They gonna go to their space station and into the cleft of the rock, like the scriptures say, and they gonna hide. They gonna try to hide from the destruction of the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, he gonna leave your punk ass out here to get destroyed, man. All right, but we gonna go and get them too, man. They gonna be the first fruits of slavery, man. You see what I'm saying? But I don't want to get off topic. Let's go ahead get into the video. I just want to get this first scripture before I start it. All right, this is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the simple kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh." All right, and we all know that Romans chapter 9 goes into how he hates Esau, man. He hates you red devils, man. And he chose Jacob, all right? Yasharallah, the prince of the power, man. All right? So let's get into it.
The bad news is the US continues to have the highest rate of growth of the virus of any major country. In fact, just a few hours ago, in a grim milestone, we officially passed China and Italy to have more confirmed cases than any other nation in the world. We've also crossed 1,000 fatalities.
And then we go back to this sentence, man. It says the US now has more coronavirus cases than anywhere in the world. How did this happen? And they really asking that question, like, how did this happen? Like this kingdom ain't the most wickedest kingdom on the face of the earth, man. You see what I'm saying? But that's the pride of these devils, man. They think that they ain't did nothing wrong, man. Okay? Let me get this next scripture right here. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. It reads, "Better is it that thou shouldest not vow, that thou shouldest vow and not pay." It's like this is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. It says, "Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment, because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him." That's right, man, because for every purpose there's time and there's judgment. All right, and it's time for this wicked kingdom Babylon to be thrown off the planet, man. All right, it's time for them nuclear ICBM missiles to come over here and wipe this mug clean, man. All right, because that's how you purify things, man, with fire. You see what I'm saying? And this country is in dead need of a purifying. You see what I'm saying? This is verse 7. It says, "For he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be?" Verse 8, "There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it." Okay, because these people in America are wicked. You see what I'm saying? They worship all type of folly holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Okay, the murder of our nation, Yasharallah. You see what I'm saying? They just got done celebrating, what is it, St. Patrick's Day. All right. These people don't have any God-fearing spirit in them over here in America. You see? Verse 9, it says, "All this have I seen, and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt." And these people have ruled over the whole world, man. All right, they murder, rob, rape, rob, and spoil everybody in this whole world, man. These heathen, all right, they go over there and put up their idols, okay, and have them worship them. They even bring the heathens' idols over here and try to make Israel worship their idols. You see what I'm saying? They invade one's lands. You see, bring their wine over there, which their doctrine over there. Okay, they have the women. The women are somewhat of a righteous spirit, being that they practice what's called polygamy over there. You know, they have more than one wives to their husbands in these other lands, but they come over there and tell them that they shouldn't live like that. You see, that's the spirit of Satan, man. And they take it to all these other countries, but they rule over another man to their own hurt. You see, and they're about to be hurt by the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Verse 10, it says, "And so I saw the wicked buried." So like it. Verse 10, it says, and so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity. And verse 11 says, "Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil." Because the Most High ain't touched this place yet. So they're going on and on with their wickedness, their lies, their deceit. Okay, they're going on and on until that great day of the Lord comes, man, with fierce wrath. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and play the video.
Because we were unprepared, Chris. This is an unprecedented, once-in-a-century crisis. Not since 1918 have we seen anything like this, but it was not unanticipated. Those of us in the prior administration remember all too well the experience we had with the Ebola virus emanating from West Africa in the fall of 2014. Frankly, that was a fraction of what we are dealing with now, but the situation we have is a nationwide disaster. Normally, when we deal with disasters in this country, they're state by state, region by region. This is a nationwide disaster, and unfortunately, our government has been slow to respond.
Well, having been very much involved with the development of such plans back in 2007, 2008, on a federal, state, and local level, it's a preposterous statement, has no bearing to reality, but, why are we surprised? I think the key thing is that we continue to get these mixed messages based on ignorance, a lack of understanding of the science, and just a complete misunderstanding of what the message should be to Americans. The problem is he's using that kind of information to justify in some way or explain the incompetencies of what this administration has been doing or not doing in preparation for something that we knew was coming. And even when we got the early warnings, we still messed up the entire process of getting the appropriate testing done and distributed properly. And now we have mixed messages, which are just confusing states and localities. And the biggest problem of all, of course, is a complete active melting down of America's health and hospital system. It is staggering in its breadth and scope of incompetence. And, the president did not cause this virus to develop. The president is responsible for leading the country in the wrong direction with misinformation. That has been extremely destructive to our efforts to combat this calamity that we have on our doorstep.
And see, the president don't care, man. All right, this nation is going down. All right, ain't nobody gonna revive it. Ain't nobody gonna resuscitate it. You see what I'm saying? And you devils are scared. We know you scared, man. We on our beds rejoicing right now, man, because you are about to receive the reward of your wickedness. You see what I'm saying? Like the president gonna come and say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't prepare y'all right." Nah, man. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. It says, "How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt." And you damn devil's heart's melting, man. You see? Look at this nigga face, man. Nigga look terrified. You see? And you damn devils over there in Italy ain't got nothing to say either, man. All right? The Most High visiting everybody on this planet. All right? It says, verse 8, and they shall be afraid. Pains and sorrows shall take hold of them, and they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another, their faces shall be as flames. And that's what this devil face right now look through the spirit. It look like it's in flames, man. But ultimately, it's gonna literally be on flames, man. When the spirits touch, when the missiles touch down over here. You see? I'm gonna get 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 26. Cause y'all thought it was a game, man. Y'all thought these prophets was just coming out here to tell y'all some bedtime stories, man. Nah, man. The 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 26, it says, "With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful, and with the upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the froward thou wilt show thyself unsavory. And the afflicted people thou wilt save, but thine eyes are upon the haughty, that thou mayest bring them down." And see, these haughty people, man, he's gonna bring them down, man, because what the word haughty means, set up on high. And how did you get up there, man? Through your wickedness, all right? Through your rape, robbery, and murder. So the Most High is about to bring you down, man. All right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we fully expect that it will. As Dr. Fauci has mentioned, and I've mentioned on several broadcasts, the Southern Hemisphere has cases. They're now going into their winter months as we enter into our summer months. We do expect a seasonal dip in the summer months. That's primarily due to sunlight. It has nothing to do with temperature, but the sunlight and the UV light, it inactivates the virus. And so it leads to just less transmission by physics. And so when that southern...
Look at this damn clown, man. Up here talking about some damn physics. When people out here is getting ate up by a coronavirus, you talking about physics. But see, that's the pride of these fools, man. That is the pride of wicked Babylon the Great. This fool talking about some physics, man. Listen to this devil, man.
And I mentioned on several broadcasts, the Southern Hemisphere has cases. They're now going into their winter months as we enter into our summer months. We do expect a seasonal dip in the summer months. That's primarily due to sunlight. It has nothing to do with temperature, but the sunlight and the UV light, it inactivates the virus. And so it leads to...
Man, shut the hell up, man. Sunlight and UV light is not about to save you from the wrath of the Lord, man. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness, And that's what these devils have done, man. They gave that spirit of wanton and drunkenness to every nation on this planet, man. Talking about talking about some sunlight and UV rays gonna stop this virus from spreading in the summertime. Man, the Most High want this virus to go around and kill every mother and child in this place, man. He'll do it, man. You see what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no damn sunlight and UV rays to save you. It's verse 16. It says, "Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." Because your shameful words and spewing is just filling up the news stations, the news channels, and everybody is in awe of you right now, man. Okay, but that's gonna be your glory all the way until your day goes out, man. Until Yahweh Shem Shah unleashes full out terror on on you devils, man. Okay, this is verse 17. It says, "For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and spoil of beasts, which made them afraid because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein." You see, your wickedness now is bringing you to your judgment. Okay?
Just less transmission by physics. And so when that unless we cut the southern hemisphere off altogether, we're going to have imported cases. But we still do get colds and flus in the summer, and we fully expect that this will be back in the fall.
I'm actually worried about the fall, because if you go back to the last big global pandemic from 100 years ago, the 1918 flu pandemic, we had lots of cases, millions of people died in the spring. The summer, things got pretty mellow and people basically relaxed. And then the fall, it came back with a vengeance and killed tens of millions of people. So we have to, if things really do become much more, the cases really do drop off in the summer, we have to use that time to get ready for the fall, because the fall will probably be much, much worse than what we're seeing now.
This is excellent reporting from
This damn Ishmaelite or Syrian, okay, or Elamite. This dude, man, up here trying to sound like Esau and his news reports, man. Okay, you better go back home, man. All right, you over here done lived off this devil's wickedness and sorceries all this time, man. You better go back home, man. All right, or you gonna suffer or you gonna suffer in these missiles as well. Okay, it's gonna be hell all around Earth, man. But if you still over here, you gonna get burnt up, man.
my colleagues, and I think one of the most important highlights, as you mentioned, is what they found about this initial NSC plan regarding the fact that if a pandemic struck, the need for that protective equipment, so we're talking masks, gowns, gloves, not all of this is particularly technologically sophisticated, the need for that protective equipment would have the potential to skyrocket. On top of that,
And we'll stop this devil right here. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. It says, "And it shall be as a chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword." So if you're Elamite or Ishmaelite but don't go back home, man, you're gonna get thrust through with the sword, man. Okay? This guy right here, man, who thinks it's a party to be over here. You ain't no devil, man. Okay, you a heathen, but you ain't no Edomite.
Big global pandemic from 100 years ago, the 1918 flu pandemic. We had lots of cases, millions of people died in the spring. The summer, things got pretty mellow and people basically relaxed. And then the fall, it came back with a vengeance and killed tens of millions of people. So we have
Sound just like these devils, man. Okay, I'm gonna read that one more time. It says Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. "And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up." All right. "They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land." And you better flee back into your own land, man. All right. You better flee back into your own land, because it's going down over here in America, man. But I know he ain't gonna do it. Okay. You're gonna sit over here because you don't believe in the word of the prophets. All right, you believe in this devil, man, Esau, Edom, and you gonna die right with him, man. Verse 15 it says, "Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword." You see, and that's just the judgment that you get, man, for coming over here thinking it's gonna be a good time in America. You're gonna make a lot of money in America. Nah, you're gonna die with America though.
Have to, if things really do become much more, the cases.
I got one more scripture on this topic that I'm on right now, cause see, all you heathen, man, you all are guilty, man. You heathen are guilty for what you've done to the Israelites. We went off, and it's our just punishment, but you all have to pay for your wrongdoings too. Okay, it ain't gonna be no one shoe on one foot and then the other foot go free. You see, this is Psalms chapter 83 verse 5. It says, "For they have consulted together with one consent." Who has consulted together? These heathen nations, man. All right, along with Esau, Edom. It says they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Assur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison. And that's the point on that. They all have been joined together and consulted with one another against us. You see, to cut us off from being a nation. You see, but they about to get their just reward for that. You see,
really do drop off in the summer. We have to use that time to get ready for the fall, because the fall will probably be much, much worse than what we're seeing now.
This is excellent reporting from my colleagues, and I think one of the most important highlights, as you mentioned, is what they found about this initial NSC plan regarding the fact that if a pandemic struck, the need for that protective equipment, so we're talking masks, gowns, gloves, not all of this is particularly technologically sophisticated, the need for that protective equipment.
It's another damn devil, man. And I hate you Edomite women just like I hate the Esau, the Edomite man. You women are wicked, man. Okay, you always trying to figure out a way to snare Jake. You see what I'm saying? Catch Jake up all on all type of charges. Just like how that damn Gail tried to bring up how Kobe Bryant raped that Edomite girl. You Edomite women are wicked as well, man. It says, I'm gonna get Jeremiah, because she's up here talking about how gloves and freaking hand sanitizer and all type of tools is gonna be used to try to combat this virus, man. And none of that stuff gonna work. That's why the Most High is taking it from you anyway. You see? This is Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 9. It says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies." All right? So ain't no damn gloves and hand sanitizer gonna stop this virus, man. It's not gonna heal America. You see? Because the Spirit of the Lord got his vengeance on this place.
Equipment would have the potential to skyrocket. On top of that, this is equipment that's needed not just in the healthcare sector, but for any number of government employees who have to interact with the public to keep the public safe. I chatted earlier this morning with a union official who represents TSA officers, who said one of their concerns is that because they go through so much protective equipment every day, including gloves and surgical facial masks, they're worried that down the road, those officers could be facing shortages as well. The fact that NSC officials had predicted that this problem would come, but the White House wasn't ready to field it, is something that historically is going to appear to be one of the many dark moments of this episode.
It was never going to be easy. States were always going to be killing themselves trying to make sure that they could continue to operate their hospitals and ambulances and keep health workers alive to treat the sick and dying during this pandemic. But there's no reason, there is no rational reason why part of the reason states are killing themselves to get this equipment is because every state in the country is competing against every other state in the country on the open market for the same finite supply of equipment. Not only
Man, look at this freaking actor, man. Man, I can't wait till the Most High destroys this place, man. Look at this freaking actor, man. Up here with these fake ass tears, man. But see, that's why the Most High about to destroy you, damn devils, man. Okay, you the biggest hypocrites and the biggest freaking liars, man, of this freaking planet, man. It's time for you all to go, man. All this freaking this plan and this acting and this lying, man. It's time to be out with that, man. You see, the real rulers are coming to put a mark on this place, man. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a couple more scriptures, man, and I'm gonna let it go because I ain't want to make this lesson too long. But these devils, man, these devils make me freaking pissed, man. This is Obadiah. This is Obadiah verse 3. It says, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" And I'm going to skip down to verse 8. It says, "Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau?" These devils don't understand nothing, man. All right? They up here just showboating and clowning for y'all on these news stations because they feel like some kind of way they're going to be saved out of this. Fake ass titles like we're killing ourselves trying to get PPE. Ain't no PPE gonna help you, man. Verse 9, it says, "And the mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob shall shame cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." You devils are shameful, man, but you all don't show it. You see, look at this devil, man.
Not only is the federal government not playing a role in nationally coordinating the supply lines and mandating the manufacture of this material and coordinating the distribution of this equipment so it gets where it needs to go most urgently first. Not only is the federal government not playing that kind of a coordinating role, they themselves are competing with the individual states to get this equipment as well.
See, they can't hold a shameful face. Now she's smiling. All right. Now it's funny. I thought you supposed to be making a news story that's sorrowful. Because they're in on it, man. All these Edomites on these news stations are in on this. They can see it. They're gonna promote all this fear mongering and deceit right on over into martial law. And you ain't gonna ever hear these devils again, man. All right.
And so, therefore, it is bidding wars, for one thing. Therefore, it's orders evaporating in big states like Massachusetts with thousands of cases and some of the best hospitals in the country and 150 health workers already tested positive. It's those orders for millions of pieces of equipment that are evaporating.
Man, shut the hell up, man. This is verse 11. Back in Obadiah, it says, "In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them." Because even when all this stuff was going on to Jerusalem, to Yasharallah, Israel, you all had no shame, man. All right, violence was being taken up against your brother Jacob, and shame didn't cover thee, man. But today is gonna cover you. Okay, in America, you're gonna be real shameful now. Verse 12 says, "But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest have thou rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress." Because you all still speaking proudly, like ain't nothing going on. You see? It's the federal government's fault. It's the Federal Reserve fault. It ain't our fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Republicans' fault. We just making the news stories about it. Man, all you devils is guilty, man. And you all about to go out with an utter destruction, man. Okay?
Because they're competing against the other states. They're literally competing against the federal government. They're getting outbid. And it's all because the federal government cannot or will not get it together.
Nah, man. It's because of Esau Edom. You ain't got it together. All right? I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Lukakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 elect preaching his word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to all you out there, Aquaf, listening and learning. All right? Shalom.